No. No audio. I know you were just working.
Oh,
there you are.
You put me on mute.
How did I put you on mute?
I don't know. I see how it is.
Okay.
I see how it is.
Well, the robot was supposed to come in and.
The robot was very upset that you fired him.
Well, the robot's supposed to come in from the side of the camera, like it's there, it's physically there, and it's going to like.
This headset that you got me has a speaker. This is a microphone headset that you got me, right?
Right.
Where's the microphone?
I don't know. Isn't it right here? Isn't it the?
I don't see any flip down. I see an outlet that I could plug something into. Maybe I threw it out by accident.
It's probably in the box. Yeah, it was probably in the box. It was the flexible ones that you pulled out because you're like, oh, I don't need this packaging. You threw it away, huh? Good job. He just threw it away. He's like, why would I send you just a headset? It would be a mic and a headset.
I don't know. I was like, why did he send me a headset? But that's so nice of him. Thank you. I needed one, so it's great.
With a mic.
That's why every time I plug it in, it puts me on mute and turns me off. So I apologize for my incompetence. What is
we actually don't have a robot right now, Dan. The robot has been nullified. There was a lot of remanipulation of stuff. There is a bot watching things like announcing stuff.
Oh, look at this. Stream Elements. We got somebody new.
Yeah.
That's our new producer.
It's the robot. It's the producer.
It's the new producer. What up, Dan? Thanks for jumping on. Adam, this is why I never throw boxes away. That's not why you don't throw boxes away, Adam. It's because you're a hoarder. And let's just accept that.
How else are you supposed to build Fort awesome? Like, I mean,
That's true.
no way. You gotta need boxes.
That's true. That's true.
I get enough at the end of the week. I get enough Amazon boxes that I can build multiple forts. I deforest multiple parts of Brazil. Weekly.
I build stuff with them, and I still can't keep up with how much stuff, how many boxes I get. Rolls, thanks for jumping on.
Yeah.
Dan's on Facebook. That's right. I was like, I know that face.
Yeah, Zombie Fort. Yeah, I know. It's like it's how you play live action Fortnite, right? You just like throw boxes.
I've got some good slow motion video of my kid running through piles of boxes.
Nice. Like Godzilla.
Godzilla, exactly.
Nice.
She has so much fun doing it.
Nice.
What's up, Dave? Thanks for jumping on. Thanks everybody for coming on after our surprise week off last week.
Yeah. Let's roll the credits. Let's go.
Let's roll the credits. Rock and roll.
I see that hot glue gun in the background, aka affordable and easy to use handheld 3D printer. That's true.
I've been making terrain for my D&D game. It's one of my fun things about D&D. So we've got some terrain. I had some terrain being made for them.
Yeah, I mean that's it. When you segment the geekness in us, it's like quarter like video game, like quarter board game, quarter crafting, quarter. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, PAX East will be perfect if they had a crafting table somewhere.
Well, sometimes they do, right? Sometimes Reaper Mini shows up, and
Mini was there like 5 years ago.
Yeah, they show up with all the paint and stuff, and you could just sit there all day. You like spend $5, buy a figure, come back out and paint. Yeah, no, it's
I still have the mini you painted there at that.
Yeah. Speaking of, PAX East tickets went up. They are live. I think they didn't sell out yet because it's post.
They would have sent out a bunch of messages.
It's post apocalypse, so because of that,
post apocalypse.
We don't know if
they're requiring vaccinations, everyone. So
boohoo.
So 20% of the population won't show up this time around.
Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
just behind the DM screen for a second here, everybody. You can sort of. Joe has his like weird screen up here, which is cracking me up because I can see it in the background.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, my phone. I'm like, oh crap.
He's got his hobby cam up there, and I can see everything going on when he's typing on things. Wasn't PAX East 2020 right as things got real last year? Yeah, so that was 2 years ago. That was the PAX that happened right during the Boston outbreak of COVID 2 years ago. It's crazy to think that we've all lost a full year. But yeah, 2 years ago was the last COVID ticket. The 4-day badges are up there for $235. Come to PAX East and see the Mid-Geek Crisis live. We don't broadcast and we just play games for 4 days straight.
Well, I mean, there might be a panel this year. I don't know yet. They haven't done panel submissions, and it might be time to throw my hat in the ring for that kind of stuff. So
go for it. Go for it.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. But yeah, so absolutely. Tickets are on sale. Hotels are up. This is the first time I think in how many years that we've seen the PAX East tickets go up and they did not sell out within like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like last year they didn't sell out in 30 minutes either.
Well, we didn't have them last year. 2020.
I mean, not last year, but 2 years ago, it didn't sell out. They still had some tickets available on the next.
Well, they didn't have 4-day passes though. 4-day passes that sold out pretty quickly.
That's the thing. Last year they didn't have the 4-day passes. I'm glad they're back.
Yeah, because it saves you a little bit, right? Doesn't it? 120. That's 240. Yeah, it saves you a little money.
Yeah, and plus it's just they look better, the 4-day badges.
Yeah, because it's just one single badge as opposed to having to swap out, that sort of thing.
That way, when you lose your badge, you lose the whole weekend as opposed to just one day.
Absolutely, that's the way it works.
But we got it. I put on my shirt in celebration. I'm so excited to be able to hang out with people again.
The
convention scene, gonna do all that stuff.
That was stressful, man. PAX, they gave us 24-hour time window. I didn't get my.
Wait, did you know yesterday? Because you didn't warn me. I wasn't ready.
I found out yesterday, at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, what are you doing a week at 2:00 in the morning? East Coast Standard Time.
It's the brain, man. The brain doesn't shut up. Like it just yells at me all night, you know.
Oh my gosh.
So project after project. So
the trick is to get all your sad out of the way early. That way you're not sad when you go to bed, right? That's the trick. There should be a TMG Artemis panel. You know, you sent me that link to that amazing 12-player setup for it. And I was seriously considering it, Adam, for the record. Buying that the Artemis setup.
Adam, I won't be an enforcer this year. I don't know if I'm going to be an enforcer for a while. I don't know yet. Since one of the casualties of COVID and one of the victims of the pandemic was PAX South. And so PAX South is gone, and PAX South was my enforcer one because it was the one that I could kind of drive to. It's close by. The Boston one is an investment. Like it's a lot of money to fly there. It's a lot of money to stay there and to then work the entire weekend. Really hurts. So I'm still an enforcer. I'm on the roster. I can always throw my hat in if I wanted to, but maybe I'll, if they don't have South anymore, maybe I'll throw my hat in. I know somebody in Seattle that I can stay with, and I'll throw my hat in and maybe do an enforcer West.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so roll. Oh, go ahead, roll.
Yeah. What's an enforcer? So enforcers they work the con, right? They're kind of, they're not security, but they're the ones, helping with the lines. They're the ones that do, they'll run microphones, they'll turn power on, they'll do all sorts of stuff. Kind of a lot. PAX is such a giant convention, and the amount of people that are there that it requires a ton of people to kind of run it. Without the people, it couldn't function. And so they're not volunteers. You're actually an employee. You get hired on, and you're part of the crew. And whenever you want to work one, you just say, "Hey, I want to work that one," and they throw your hat in the mix, and you get paperwork and a check at the end of it all. So it's fun that way. Yeah. It's like a roadie. Yeah, people do the
exactly
roadie.
Right. It's your roadie. You get nice shirts. You walk around. They're super helpful, very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Not like a lot of volunteers. Sometimes you can't even tell who the volunteers are. I think PAX East did a pretty neat job with their enforcers.
Yeah, it becomes kind of, for some people, the enforcer becomes the PAX.
Yeah.
It becomes their experience is they make friends with other enforcers. They get to kind of work behind the scene. They enjoy working the minutia of a con and working with creators. Some people like only doing the expo hall. Some people only like doing some of the panels, and they get to meet a lot of interesting people that way. And so that kind of stuff is cool. That becomes their jam. and that doesn't mean you don't work the entire time. You choose shifts. So half a day, half, one day, et cetera. And so you can
like 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, right?
Yeah, right. And so you choose like an 8-hour shift and you work the morning or the afternoon. And then, and that's how long the con goes for. It goes from like 8 a.m. Like you got to be there at 8 a.m. for opening and all the way to midnight. So it goes.
It was tough on me, the packs that Joe did it, because I didn't get to see Joe as much. He was never around. Hey, what's up, Crossover Appeal? Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, what's going on?
Crossover Appeal does recommendations. I think he's going through his lists right now. Like what they're doing, all their lists. So if you want to check them out, they got some great lists out there.
Yeah.
For best of 2021, best of, I don't know, what year is it? 2021.
Yeah. What year?
Yes, anyone can petition.
Anyone can petition. You sign up. You go on there. You basically throw your hat. They vet you. You go through like a whole process of like, and then once you're an enforcer, you're an enforcer unless you don't renew. Every year you have to kind of renew yourself and say that I'm still interested in being one, and then you're still on the roster. And then at that point, you don't even have to work a full year. You can just take a few years off if you want to, but you're just always a reserve. It's like it's exactly that. It's a reserve for everything.
It's a pretty good deal. Yeah. Crossover Appeal, formerly Pergamene. Yep. The brand is strong. As
the branding, absolutely. Well, speaking of gaming and whatnot, we were out last week, and sure enough.
Wait, I thought you were going to talk about our brand and the merch that's available, but I guess.
Well, let's kick it off there. So, one thing for sure that happened is we were getting lots and lots of requests for getting lots and lots of requests for the merch.
Right?
And sure enough, if you head to our website, there is now a giant merch button there.
Mm-hmm.
Boom!
Mm-hmm.
Look at that! Look at that! Schwanky. Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of stuff there. The only 3 products right now. There will be some custom stuff coming up soon. Maybe some constantly used quotations from the show will be placed on T-shirts. But yeah, no. I think the pricing
photos, because we know that's going to sell out.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Some kawaii faces, some hearts. But yeah, no, we've got a hoodie, a desk mat, and a mug, and the mug is definitely
the mug's the hotness.
That's
the one that's going to be on the way to me soon enough. So good stuff. Get it for that special person.
Yeah, they were like, "What the hell is this crap? Or who is this? Who is this?"
Buy in bulk and give it to your office, everybody.
I'm like, "What is this crap?" Yeah, the dank. Yeah, donde están? Yeah. Good job. Yeah, the dank memes, sir. They'll be here. They'll be here soon enough. Speaking of memes.
Oh, there we go. Memes.
The Video Game Awards aired on Thursday of last week, and oof, buddy, how was
it? I didn't.
It was
like asleep at 8.
It was like so 3 hours of
advertisements.
Yeah. The motto of the show is "It's for the developers," and honestly, I think it was a total of like maybe 10 awards handed out the entire night. And 5 of them were on the main stage, and the other like 5 or so were like rapid succession between like cuts.
Oh, they really culled it down, because I remember last year they were like esports, and then they just listed like.
No, they announced awards. A lot of those pre-show,
right?
The 30 minutes before the show. So they went on live 8 p.m. Eastern time, and at 7:30 they went live on Twitch, and they announced a bunch of that stuff like esporter of the year, and
that's amazing,
and esport coach of the year, and the team of the year, and all the like weird ones that like only minor people.
Niche awards.
The niche awards. Well, I guess we call them as niche awards, but they're not developers, right? So they shouldn't take the spotlight away from other developers. 3 hours, 7 awards given. Yeah, that Rolls was keeping track for sure.
Holy,
you watched the whole thing. It was interesting. They had like Sting appeared and sang a song at the beginning, and then like Imagine Dragons showed up. And
does he play games?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I expected it to be a Dune tie.
He was in his Dune costume.
That's what I said. I said he needed to be in a metal bikini, and that would be.
I will kill him.
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, esports coach was announced. I wish I was making that up. I'm not.
Do they give awards to like NFL coaches? Like, is it just a thing in the esports that they get awards?
No, they do, and the NFL does get like coach of the year and whatnot.
All right. Sting is like 70. That doesn't mean he can't play video games, Brandon. Come on. He's also in that weird Hulu show, Murders in the Building, Only Murders in the Building. That's a good one. RGT85 did a Twitter space or something and talked to Jeff about several things. Pretty interesting. Okay.
Yeah, yes. So for those not in the know of the like minutia of the drama that happened pre-show, of course the Activision Blizzard stuff is still going on, and Jeff Keighley came out like a couple of days before and had an interview about it, and they asked him about it, and they said that they were not going to take a stance. Like there will be no time dedicated on the show, according, to talk about that kind of stuff. They were trying to stay neutral on it. The problem is by them not taking a stand, they're taking a stand, right? They're officially like not condemning any of the companies.
They didn't want to take a stand. What? I don't.
Yeah. So that was pre-show, right? That's before the show aired. They said they didn't want to take a stand. They didn't want to actually like take any sides or anything. But by not choosing a side, they pick a side, and then also
because there's two sides to this,
right? And then one of the Activision Blizzard CEOs is on the board for the award game show.
Big surprise!
Right? Big surprise, right? I mean, there's a lot of CEOs and developers and whatnot that are a part of the show. Obviously, there would be someone from Activision Blizzard, but I mean, everyone was calling him out. I'm like, wait a minute. Also, he didn't want to talk against companies because he didn't want to burn any bridges, right? But then this is the same guy that like completely ripped into Konami for not allowing Kojima to appear on the show awards, because it was during the time where he was getting like fired or let go from Konami, and they picked him as an award, and they didn't allow him to come and get the award. Mm-hmm. as Konami, as the representative for Konami.
Well, that's different because that affected his bottom line, right?
Right. But at the same time, it was one of those like, oh, he wanted to take a stance for him. And, I'm like, well, that's one developer. But now you're talking about all developers for this company and the treatment that they've been going through. And they didn't. So he got a ton of backlash. RGT 85 did mention it. He called him out on it, including like other stuff that he'd been calling him out on Twitter. And they had like a little side thing afterwards. But and of course Jeff did come on at the beginning. The first thing he did when he came on stage is he immediately talked about it. He talked about it with very broad strokes. He never named a company. He said that he definitely talked about like, oh well, the developers, it's about the developers. We don't need any type of harassment or anything like that. He put a number for any of that kind of stuff, and just very PSA. Yeah, very weak hand. He could have really condemned and called out people like Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard and say that they need to do better. I mean, he said all around companies need to do better, but he didn't say one individually. When that one individual company was in the news, they should have been called out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Facebook is weird, man. Like
we all know that Activision Blizzard has been having a real gamer moment over the past couple of weeks. Is that the actual quote? That can't possibly be.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the quotes I think that he said prior to the day.
Rolls with the terrible Sting puns. Sting does play games. They're all solo games. Guy can't stand it when you stand so close to him.
So close to me. There we go. Man, the police, huh?
Terrible.
Oh man. So yeah, the award show was definitely a weird one.
Game of the year. What was it?
Oh, so It Takes Two.
So okay, all right. Have you played it?
I haven't, because I want to play it with somebody.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
What'd you think? Did you play it?
I wanted to play it with my daughter, because it looked like a fun game to play with my kiddo.
It's a little difficult for that, I think.
It's difficult, and also I watched some YouTube videos. It gets really dark, like really dark.
Yeah,
like torture dark.
Well, the story is about. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a little girl.
Yeah, subject matter is not real kid stuff, but it looks like a kid's game, right? So my daughter immediately wanted to try it. I'm like, great, we could try it, and then. It
doesn't. I mean, the parents are on the brink of divorce. If not, they're about to be divorced, and it's just it gets in a relationship and family situations and like abuse and that kind of stuff. And it gets dark, but I mean, it's a good story. It definitely is presented as a kid game, and it won Family Game of the Year.
This is what I wanted to talk about, right? So if
Actually, it was the only game on the list that wasn't a Nintendo game, and it won.
Oh, okay.
Which
Well,
is interesting to me that for the first time in many years, a Nintendo game didn't win Family Game of the Year, and
That's
it was
true.
it was a game that did not is technically. I mean, I guess kids can be introduced to this kind of language and this kind of like scenario, but it's definitely not a kids stuff.
Right. It's not
return.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Or 8-Bit Christmas, I guess, is a more modern Christmas movie. My confusion sometimes.
No,
though,
it's a really good game, a really good story. It's
who
definitely
is it for, Joe?
Yeah.
It's a couch co-op game, right? What family is going to play this together?
I don't know.
Is it for two roommates? Is it for a husband and wife that really enjoy video gaming that are worried about their relationship? Like what? I guess who is there? And I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong. I was just confused by who the audience for this game is. If it's going to be dark but also require cooperative play.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like here's the trailer for it.
Story of a magical king, one of wizards and warriors.
Look how much fun that is.
It's an epic tale set upon the high seas, an odyssey through time and space. Pew, 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 pew.
It's also a bit of a winter wonderland bobsled.
Like all that looks fun.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I mention the big explosion?
That looks great.
Right here. Look at these.
And those two characters look like kid characters.
But they used to be humans. Ay, ay, ay.
Do you want to know what this story is really about? Huh? This is the story of Cody and Meg.
Why'd you look like a blob of clay?
Wanna change back? Then you need to fix your relationship.
You can have a dream, baby.
So
Is that a famous voice? Maybe.
Now I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, you're a doll, Cody. You've nothing to throw up.
Told you.
It takes two, baby.
This is a story of attraction. You feel it?
I feel stuck.
Like the game has all these like fun co-op elements, but the story
Yeah.
does get dark.
I am telling you.
If it
And
is
the trailer, I don't know.
Okay, I got this. Give me some space. I need to think.
It looks as snappy as like a Pixar movie.
Pixar movie.
This is a story of collaboration.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. It looks fun in Pixar. But it's like a dark story about their relationship and the way people hurt each other is what I read. And
Yeah.
also they torture one of the animals. And it looks
I don't
like so much fun.
I'll have to play it and get to those points in the story and see what I feel.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
It's into themes of gaslighting and relational trauma, which is like intense. But the trailer and the
You're not feeling it?
who plays this together? It's like Little Nightmares, but about marriage. At least Little Nightmares. Me and Three Dick. I'm glad I didn't turn it on for the kiddo though, as I was ready to be fooled, as it looked like a fun game.
Yeah, so that one game of the year. I mean, it's a beautiful looking game. It's definitely got some elements. I don't know if I would have chosen it as family game of the year.
Who was it up against?
A ton of games, man. It was a ton. I mean, like it was
That's
surprising.
interesting. It's such an interesting choice.
I mean,
And,
it's
in a year where no one could have their friends over, it is an interesting choice.
I applaud it. I applaud the game. Yeah, Psychonauts 2 was in the category. Metroid Dread was in the category. I mean, a ton of big games were in the category.
Yeah, so I started to play that in front of my child and she was enjoying it. I could the opening sequence involving teeth really creeped me the heck out though. I'm going to be 100% honest. I have to go back and play it again because it was really creepy. The whole dental stuff. Ugh.
Yeah. Let me see if I can
He's
find.
right there. I'll go back to it though. I could tell it was all what I wanted, and it just creeped me out. I mean, it creeped me out so much that my daughter was like, "Maybe you should take a break."
Yeah, so game of the year was Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village.
Oh, all solid games.
I mean, they were all solid games. So I'm happy that an indie developer, Haze Light Studios, won it. I mean, it is EA, but they're the publisher, but it is still an indie developer.
Mhm.
And that won. I mean, best again, the winners here. Best game direction awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation was Deathloop, which was
Have you played it yet? You have it, right?
I have it. I just started it. And it's good. It's good stuff. Fun mechanics. I mean, I'm playing that and Halo Infinite, so it's kind of like bouncing between the two.
Good for you.
Best narrative, which I thought was an interesting one. That the winner for that one was Guardians of the Galaxy, which is interesting to me because again, I had this gripe last year when I announced some of these winners. Right? It was about here's a game that came out pretty tail end of the year. So
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, like folks. I mean, I guess it only had like 8 hours of narrative. So
I mean, so yeah, so. Again, that one best narrative.
man, Life is Strange. I feel like they just get robbed over and over.
I know
again.
Life is Strange should have totally won that one. Deathloop again, best art direction. Deathloop won quite a few, which is a PlayStation game, a PlayStation exclusive and PC game, but it is a Microsoft Studios game. So that's what's interesting about it. Is Microsoft kind of gets the win a little bit there. Best score music again. This one was weird to me. I think Artful Escape it's a music game.
Yeah,
I mean, so I don't understand how that one turned out to be, but I guess it's score, music, everything all around. Yeah, crossover. That's exactly it. This is one of those scenarios where I was like, I just got it for the holidays. Like it came out this season, and it came out in the holidays, and it was already on sale. I got it for $25 during Black Friday, so that's why I'm gonna start playing it. I just installed it, but I haven't actually sat down and started it.
I just installed it.
Yeah, because you know how games work.
Don't you have a hard copy? I don't understand why.
Yeah, well, you know how it works, man. You know how it works. Audio design, Horizon Forza 5. I mean, that's a great. I mean, if you've got big speakers or good headphones, put those on, play that game. It's great. Good music selection and just the sound and the road and everything, really good. Best performance was Maggie Robinson for
Resident Evil Village. Sure.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village, of course. You know the one of the memes of the years. Of course. Again, Life is Strange did good games for Impact. So that's this is one where maybe It Takes Two could have come in.
Yeah. Well, this is okay. Boyfriend Dungeon, I can see. Read some good things about that. No Longer Home. I don't know that one. This is usually where I mine for the games. Before Your Eyes. Huh. All right. Skybound Games is great.
Yeah, some good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'd love to see Boyfriend Dungeon nominated. What an interesting concept that game.
Best outgoing was Final Fantasy. What is that? 14? Yeah, 14 came out. That they had their new expansion.
Not Call of Duty Warzone. I don't know.
No.
I mean, they are innovating.
I'm really surprised Genshin Impact didn't win, since that's one of those games that just like everyone talked about
last year. I'm surprised. I guess it's best ongoing, but yeah, last
ongoing.
year everyone was talking about it.
And Fortnite keeps having events and whatnot. Best indie. This was an interesting one. I haven't played this one. But
have you played 12 Minutes?
I have.
It's weird, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an escape room kind of a scenario, right? But it loops and you have to make the changes constantly to kind of like.
It wasn't until my like fourth playthrough that I was like, let me just see what happens if I do nothing for the whole time.
Yeah.
That's where you start to like learn. Yeah, it's good. It's got some solid voice acting, Dan. You should check it out. I actually need to get this credits so I can throw it up for my beat games of the year list.
This one right here, people have been crazy. I think today their servers went down because there was a wait time. Like I haven't seen an MMO like that in a while, but everyone's jumping on the new expansion, and they're actually calling it one of the best Final Fantasy stories in a long time. With the DLC added, the new story, it's a complete game, right? Like every time they add a DLC, it's almost like playing a whole new Final Fantasy within that engine, in that world. So they're calling it one of the best Final Fantasy stories.
I haven't been able to understand a Final Fantasy game since like 9, if I'm honest. Like the stories are so confusing and convoluted. I have no idea what's going on anymore. So
best mobile game, Genshin Impact won that one. Of course.
All right, not League of Legends. That's unbelievable.
I'll tell you. Best community sport.
Wow! Not No Man's Sky. Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I would have thought No Man's Sky would have gotten that one.
Crossover Appeal recommends the inscription. There you go. And then
for accessibility, and we talked about it on the show. I think their accessibility options are crazy. I mean, you can actually get ASL interpreter on screen while you're playing the game, which is kind of
Really?
interesting because you can get subtitles. So I guess I was trying to figure out mentally like how that works. I guess you can't read words, but you can read sign language. I thought it was.
That could easily happen, sure. For younger
Yeah.
folks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It feels real nice though.
Yeah,
You know, like that.
so someone actually shows up on screen on the right hand side and like signs.
But is it like, obviously it's not a live interpreter, so they figured out the technology to sign language.
Yeah, during the cutscenes, like they come up just like the
During
subs.
the cutscenes. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, so all the cutscenes
Pretty awesome.
basically, as soon as you get to a cutscene, someone comes on screen. Yeah, best VR was Resident Evil 4. That game just won't go away ever.
Wow, it's like the Skyrim.
Yeah, it's the Skyrim of survival horror.
That's amazing. Hitman 3 has a VR. That's intense.
Yeah.
Alright,
Returnal
best
won Best
action
Action, which is interesting because Deathloop I thought I should have gotten that one, but okay.
Dude,
That's-
Back for Blood, so hard. It's such a hard game, everybody. It's so difficult. Every time I see it, it makes me sad. ASL is a different language. They're in American English, and it's easier cognitively. That makes sense to me, right? So they can read it faster than,
That's
Because it's
interesting.
like talking. You can understand people talking faster than, well, I can read faster than I can listen to people. But
Yeah.
it's fine, whatever. I dig it.
Best Action Adventure, Metroid Dread, of course. Good job. That was the only
Yeah,
award. That was the only Nintendo award all night, which is
Brutal.
again,
A brutal season for the Nintendo.
Yeah. Tales of Arise, best role playing, which was I mean the fact that they nominated Monster Hunter Rise is kind of weird to me because
Scarlet
it's
Nexus, that's another weird one that I put on, and I don't. These role playing games are so complicated now. I can't get into them.
yeah, I haven't been able to get. There hasn't been a role playing game that's caught me in years.
It's just a lot of spreadsheets.
The systems have gotten way too complicated, which is why like a retro one, like a Dragon Quest one, I can hop into and I can play because the system hasn't changed much.
And I mean, I sound like a 10,000-year-old person, but like sometimes they have like talent trees inside of point buys, inside of skill trees, and that's just for your character, right? But now
and then you're like you got to team manage and job manage and world manage.
You're right, Adam. If I had more time, I can get into these games, but
I don't. I
don't have the time.
I don't have the time for it.
Oh, it's just pathetic.
This one was easily the clear winner for fighting game if you're into the fighting game community. This was definitely
well, tell me about this Melty Blood game because the title intrigues me.
It's been around for a while. It's like the fifth entry to it. Again, best family game, man. It Takes Two.
Look what it's up against.
Yeah,
all Nintendo games.
Every single one was a Nintendo game,
Nintendo
and then
but
I think it was because Nintendo wasn't there. Like they didn't show anything. Not a single trailer was shown by them. So I think the committee was like, no.
It's weird because did they play it? Because this is not a family game. It Takes Two, unless I have a different definition of family, right?
Maybe.
I mean, it could be a family is like a couple or a pair, or just two people living together could easily be a family as well. But I don't get it. I don't get how that game gets family category. Speaking of family category, Tim Swope just finished Venom 2.
I haven't watched it yet.
What is your review, Tim? For someone who hasn't watched Venom 1, please let me know.
Oh, we haven't seen part 1?
I haven't seen any of the new Spider-Man movies except for Multiverse. So sorry. Yeah. Best sim strategy. All right, Age of Empires, of course. I tried Evil Genius 2, but it's not good on the Xbox.
And best sports racing, of course.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And best multiplayer. Again, that has 3 awards it got. Yeah.
Again, Knockout City. Have you played Knockout City?
I have. It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah. Back for Blood. Tim Swope with the highest praise he can ever give a movie. It was okay for what it is.
Yeah. So this one was interesting to me because if everyone remembers, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the year, but Dream was brought into controversy because he was caught cheating.
This is the Minecraft guy, right?
Yeah, he was caught like he was the one that was cheating along with his speed runs, and he was like saying that he was like getting records, but then it's like people that been playing the game are like that time's impossible, or being able to like do all that, the stuff that he was like being able to. He was like diving in and going immediately and hitting like all the like all the good stuff. Like there was just cheats going. There was shenanigans going on for sure, and Yeah, so it's interesting that he got content creator there. I guess controversy doesn't mean that you're not still liked.
So the big diverse cast up there is what I'm seeing, right? Callie Zabai. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
At least they're not
So-
wearing jackets and t-shirts.
Best debut.
Sable. All these games are great games.
Yeah, but I mean, this was again the debut indie, so all of these were.
Is Kenna on the Xbox? I haven't even heard of it. I may have missed
I mean,
it.
I enjoyed the fact that Artful Escape was on there twice as 2 nominees so far for music and for best debut indie, because I think that's fun. Like it was a very different style game, and I enjoyed it.
It was barely a game though. It was
Yeah.
a walking simulator.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a few games I think this year that have gotten that. I mean, so was Unpacked, right?
No. Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you could just put everything out as long as you pulled everything out and put it within,
But you have to put it in specific spaces. They won't let you get away with putting bathroom stuff in the bedroom.
Right. But once it's there, the organization doesn't have to be anything. You just have to fill the boxes,
Well,
right?
So you're making choices about the organization.
But the choices are personal, right? When
you're
you
creating your character.
right,
You're facing things. Right.
Correct.
But at least then, like Artful Escape didn't really have that many choices, meaningful choices. But it was a great game. It was a great walking simulator. It was great.
I thought it was hilarious that Elden Ring got this. So the game that'll never come out. JR freaking Martin over here is never going to allow that game to finish. But we officially got a release date. It was February. So
wait, is this an award for like most hyped game?
Yeah, most anticipated game.
It's not Star Citizen.
No one's anticipating that. Oh boy, Star Citizen will never come out. Best esports game, I get League of Legends. Boo.
So crossover appeal. Did you play Forgotten City? I haven't. I read a couple reviews of it. It didn't seem that appealing to me. I have it on the list to check it out. I like Skyrim. I didn't play many Skyrim mods or really any Skyrim mods. So it might be interesting to check out. How do you give a hype award? Well, it's game developers and also it's the game advertisements award show, so they have to also put in a lot of things to advertise.
Well, I mean, the way it would work is this: is like the gaming community has forums, has Reddit, has Twitter, all that kind of stuff. And what game has got the most like, hey, we're waiting for this, or hey, when is this coming out, or hey, or that kind of stuff. So the hype, the hype train. Which one is the game out of all of those 5 choices? Which is the one? And of course, it's chosen by the fans. So all they have to do is put 5 games up there, and people vote, right? Yeah, and so that game happened to have gotten the most votes, right? So
all right, there you go. Forgotten City. Oh, mostly a talk 'em up. Okay, all right. Yeah, I can see that for a Skyrim mob.
So one of the things that, and again, now we're going to get into a little bit of what was announced. There was a few announcements. There's
only one thing we cared about on this show.
Right.
Only one thing matters.
Only one thing.
If you're a fan of this show, you know that we love. Are you gonna throw it up so I can time it? You know that we love our little blue hedgehog.
Yes. Absolutely.
Stretch, little snack.
Oh yeah.
Again, the surprise movie of 2020 for sure. No one expected it to be as good as it is.
No. I took to like a normal and they enjoyed it. Like people who don't know video games enjoyed it. Like it's weird.
You're still just a kid.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, there will come a moment when your powers will be needed. But you don't choose that moment. That moment chooses you.
I just got goosebumps. Wait a second, did you steal that from Oprah?
I love that he works as a barista.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
Nice, Jim Carrey.
I discovered the source of.
It's like he like rediscovered what he loves doing, which is chewing scenery like a pro. Is Nick Cage in this? No, but Chris Pratt is voicing Tails, for the record.
I'm sorry, who are you? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Step 1, light taunting. Step 2, I have no idea.
Nice.
I mean, epic scene. You got
great.
Tails in
It's
a
good
biplane.
Trying to get hit by a missile. It's too much fun.
For a 100% chance of adventure.
They're gonna have another fight in a bar because that was a good hit last time.
Yep.
Return to sender. Face it, you're never going to get my power.
And then here's the big reveal.
Yep.
Do I look like I need your power?
Where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles.
YouTube thumbnail face. No, yeah, totally. Well, Adam, yeah. So this was people complained about the look of Sonic, and then they went back and re CG the entire movie.
Thank you, Jesus, that the fans actually were right on this one, because the movie would not have been seen, and it was a good movie, right? And they just happened to get the graphics right. It's good stuff. Internet, there
hasn't been too much. Everyone seems to be liking it. So yeah. Give us the toothy. Oh God, the teeth. Yeah.
Make sure he's got a butthole. That's
Give us the Sonic the Hedgehog butthole cut.
God, yes.
Oh God! So yeah, that was a good reveal there. I'm excited for that for sure. Sonic,
super hyped. I don't get hyped about much, and this was definitely one of the things.
And one of the other Sonic announcements was again we were getting a new game that's been in production for a while, and it won't come out till holiday 2022. But it looks like Sonic is getting its first open world game, like it's open world Breath of the Wild style.
That looks like the movie, for the record.
Yeah.
They got to do the Knuckles meme joke. They will. They will. Oh yeah. So, like open world, like Breath of the Wild open world.
Yeah, like this is the world. This would be the gameplay. Like you're running around in a whole world like this.
But it's like Metroid. You got to find like keys to open.
Yeah. There'll be like dungeons or something, or bosses, or enemy mobs spread around the open world.
Just gonna like smoke a joint and spend 5 hours running around is what I'll wind up doing every time.
That's right. Exactly it.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna finish some quests today. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Yeah. It's no different than people launching Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Are you kidding me? I could run up that thing. All right, sign me up.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. It's great to see that they're getting they're taking their time on this game. They announced it earlier this year during the big Sonic 30th anniversary event, and so they showed kind of a quick trailer of him just running through the forest, and that was it. It was like a teaser, but now this is the actual teaser trailer, I guess. Longer, I don't know.
It's the sizzle trailer.
It's the sizzle trailer, right?
I would have to wait. Show me gameplay.
Yeah, we'll probably get gameplay. Mid next year around the E3 time.
Hedgehog of the crossover. That sounds pretty dope to me. Just for the record, Hedgehog of the Colossus sounds pretty dope.
I mean, that's essentially what we're getting, right? Another one. If you're a fan of the show, you know that we love ourselves some Dune, and that was announced. There was a trailer, but the trailer really doesn't show much.
Does it say Wormstein, or did I dream that? Maybe I dreamt it. I might have dreamt it.
So, Dune Spice Wars is a real-time strategy game with 4X elements being developed by Hero Games, French studio behind the 2016 critically acclaimed strategy game Northgard.
Which one was Northgard?
That's a good question. I don't remember what Northgard was.
I don't know. It's a shame I don't PC game, but I'm pretty excited for this.
Let's take a look at that. Boom.
What if we bring back real-time strategy games? Did they ever...
that's what it is. I mean, here's Northgard, right? And if we want to take a look at a little gameplay of what Northgard was.
Oh, so you get to play Vikings just smashing stuff up and then the Dune. All right. I can get behind that.
Yeah, but I mean, a Dune game made by these guys. So, again, Dune should always be RTS.
It should always be RTS. A Dune role-playing game wouldn't work, right?
Everyone wants to play like Knights of the Old Republic or Mass Effect style Dune, right?
But what would you be? Would you be a Fremen and you're just a victim of everything that Paul Atreides does, or would you be a Harkonnen?
I mean, yeah, how
does? What would your character?
No matter what, the golden path always leads you to like ruin. But which choices do you make along the golden path? So that could be fun. I mean, I don't I don't. See,
Like, would you
I
play
don't-
like a Best Gesture? What would you? You have to manipulate the lines. Like, what do you? What you're? They're all.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop! Stop! Too erect, sir. I can't talk about. It's too much. All of those ideas sound amazing for a Dune game. Stop it!
Why do I have to pick one? Why?
Why do I have to pick one? That's exactly it.
That's right. See, the Adam knows the sun that comes back as the sandworm. Why the hell not? Like, let's just play all the different things in there.
So another thing, real quick. Sony announced their big reveal because they haven't announced or released anything this holiday season, and they didn't want their thunder completely stolen. They wanted some sort of news hype going on.
A new God of War. A new God of War.
No, we are getting faceplates, baby.
I thought they were Trapper Keepers. What is
They do look like Trapper Keepers, don't they? So you can now get console covers.
Ooh, the colors.
Right, RIP D Brand, of course. D Brand got sued. They were released. They had their own side panels, their dark plates as they called them, with no logos. They didn't have the PlayStation logo cut out on the side, but they got sued and they had to change the design completely.
They got sued for offering a mod for people's PlayStations. What a world!
Yeah, because Sony.
What a world!
Yeah. But again, weird nerds, right? Weird nerds jumping in front of. And
they really?
there were tons of people defending, like, oh well, it's their design and they should be able to sell it, and no one else. I'm like, dude, there's been third party everything for everything. I don't understand.
How about they figure out a way to sell more PlayStation 5s?
Yeah,
right?
that was my thing. I was like, oh great, now the 7 people that own PlayStation 5s can buy different color ones.
I put them used to buy a case and put it here for next show.
Yeah,
so you can see my empty case. This is where my PlayStation 5 would go.
Well, I thought that big white thing back there is that your PlayStation 5 Pro back there, right? Your big.
No,
right
that's
there.
my iPod.
No,
you mean way back there?
that's your iPod Shuffle right there. I am one of those 7 people. I do have one, but I do respect the fact that there are a lot of people out there that want to get one. So, yeah. Hit this white Zune. For sure.
What if I secretly spent my days in this basement building a giant white Zune, everybody? How excited would you be when I unveiled it? Like,
I'd be hyped.
You'd be hyped. You'd be like, give me that money. Here you go. Give me.
We finally got to see a little bit of the Halo trailer for the Paramount Plus live action show, which looks great.
Concern would be the word.
You're special.
What is this? What are we watching?
Halo.
The movie?
But it's the TV show on Paramount Plus.
All right.
I'm counting on you.
Paramount Plus. That's the Star Trek network, right?
Yeah, it's the Star Trek network.
We're lost in the dark.
All right. So this is live action. I'm digging
It's space, got aliens, Marines, Space Marines.
Give people hope.
Okay, I can get behind this. So far, so good.
Always be with you. I see this.
Got a little bit of Battlestar Galactica feel.
as
It does.
an opening.
So is it war?
Well, I mean, if you're familiar with the story of Halo and like humanity's like Earth and the amount of colonies and the Halo rings and all that kind of stuff, then that's what it's about, right? Like it'll be the.
You told me nothing. All
I know.
you
I don't want to. Right?
Listed a shit ton of nouns. That's all you did.
It's exactly what it. So I mean, the story of Halo is kind of interesting. That it's
Is it a
humanity.
war TV show? or-
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
there's definitely war elements going on there. It really depends on what part of the story they're going to talk about. It could be, maybe the creation of the Spartan Project, which kind of is what it looks like there. The Spartans are kind of like genetically enhanced. I mean, they literally stole
They're
children.
Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, they stole children and turned them into like giant like war like dudes, which is what John is, Master Chief. So again, it looks great. We're gonna get some good. I mean, Halo has always had a really good backstory. If you've read some of the books and kind of done, just like all the other like, yeah. Well, actually, but I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it for sure. So
no, you're right, Rolls. Like Paramount really came out of nowhere recently. Like I typically pirate most of my Paramount stuff, but everything I pirate is very good, right? It's it's very good, very enjoyable stuff.
So while one live action show comes to fruition, another one gets killed off.
Oh no, we're gonna pour a little bit out for Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, a little bit for Cowboy Bebop. On this show, we enjoyed it.
I did. I very much enjoyed it from beginning to end.
The
finale was a little weak, but everything else I loved. I loved it.
I won't be finishing it now.
You're not going to bother finishing it?
I'm not going to bother finishing it. The wife and me are not going to finish it. She was enjoying it.
Just finish it.
Why? Like,
because it ends. Because it ends.
It doesn't end though. That's the thing, right? You're left with a cliffhanger at the end.
Oh my god! But that's
but it doesn't get resolved. Like I don't like stories like that.
Either. Did you need to watch all? Did you need to know that there's another season before you finish Squid Game or Battlestar Galactica?
But that's a movie.
Do you remember when we used to watch shows without an expectation of another season, Joe?
No, I've never done that. I've never done that. As a matter of fact,
are you still holding out for the Exo Squad 4th season? Is that what you're holding out for?
I'm still waiting for the next season of Pirates of Dark Water. Okay, like we never got the
too soon.
Too soon, right? Right? So come on. Like if fans know what I'm talking about, the Pirates of Dark Water. They know that we never got an actual ending to that show.
Yeah. So crossover. I've never seen the original for Cowboy Bebop. So I mean, does it resolve? I don't know. I don't care if it resolves in the original. The original is a whole different work.
Well, the original, right? The original.
You shut your mouth. Exo Squad's coming. Specialization is overrated. You don't know how heartbroken I was when I found it sunk in that it was canceled because it was on such weird times. You can catch it like Saturdays at 8 sometimes or Sundays at 9.
But you remember watching those last few episodes.
I remember going on our way to catch the Exo Squads and trying to figure out how is it going to end. This war is and it was like an arc. It was so good, Joe. You'd have to get up at the weirdest time. And still, yeah. Sometimes I go on YouTube just to see if there's a fan finish for it out there.
Oh, there's a lot of fan finishes, let me tell you, but that's the wrong kind of finish. Oh man.
Let's not pretend that the original isn't about a love triangle between two bounty hunters and a woman. Okay, yeah. This newest one was great. This newest one was Serenity without Josh.
I mean,
which makes for an interesting universe.
That's an interesting take on it. But love triangle. I mean, yeah, all three of them were in a very social relationship. They were all three of them cared for each other on this ship. And the ending, the ending is, I mean, spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't know. I mean, Spike goes off and he dies at the end of the show. That's his finale.
It was obvious that he was going to die at the end of the
show. Obvious that he's going to die. So we know that's going to happen on the live action. But there's a lot of minutia and stuff that was new to the live action that introduced new questions. Yeah, what? Anywho, that said, that the direction of the show was fun. It was different. It was exploring new things. It was reading between the lines of where things that didn't happen on the anime. So they were getting a little creative with that kind of stuff, and I was enjoying it. But now it means nothing because none of it gets resolved.
It's still a work of art that you can finish.
It's a work of art that they just threw away because Netflix apparently thought it wasn't good enough. That's what makes me mad about it. So I just don't want to give them my views.
I think people were pooing it from the minute.
Yeah, the minute of conception, it was immediately.
Nice things anymore.
You can't have nice things. It has to be exact or not the same.
You read the reviews and it's like it wasn't close enough to the original. It was too different from the original.
Too different from the original. That's exactly it was.
Which in my mind, I'm like, then it was right there. It was right in the middle. All right.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Crossover Appeal says, I feel like the marketing really failed them. If they made some real creative decisions because the whole campaign was out of being shot for shot the same. That's how they advertised it, which was a real bummer, right? Like if they had advertised it as a new, I don't know. I didn't see the original, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Watching it though.
I mean, the intro is kind of a shot for shot. The first episode is almost a shot for shot.
See, you could tell.
The first episode and the first episode, they both matched up. Except the first episode starts off in that casino,
Yeah.
because it's longer, right? The anime is only 30 minutes. The shows are a little longer, about
38
an hour.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and so watching the live action, they had the whole casino scene, but then it immediately went to Tijuana, and the bloody eye thing, and them trying to get away.
That's right.
But they also introduced stuff
later.
that wasn't in the show, like the people hunting him was the father of her. None of that was revealed. It was very like, I'm going after a bounty. She looks like she's trying to get out. She looks pregnant. Spike is like, you shouldn't do this. They get into a conflict. They run off and the cops shoot him and they die. Like that's the entire first episode.
Oh, of the live action and
of the live action of the cartoon, but the live
Yeah.
action it was fleshed out more. They added things which a lot of people didn't like, but I liked it. I thought that was the whole appeal of the show. Like, I don't get it. It was too like the show, but not enough like the show.
Like the show. Well, I thought all the actors were great. I thought all the characters were great. I very much enjoyed it. I wanted to live in that ship with those folks, so it's a bummer that it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So
Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone was a good shot for shot. So it's interesting. Has there ever been a shot for shot remake that was successful?
No, because everyone wants that as geeks. And again, this is me. Pedro's gonna give me that look in a second, but Zack Snyder, for example, he does exactly what the fans always want.
300, but that's a comic book shot for shot, which is
right. So that's comic book shot for shot. 300, The Watchmen. Almost every scene is like a slow motion panel of the comic, and
I'll give Zack Snyder that. He can do that. Yeah.
But yet at the same time, his movies never do very well because then immediately they get critiqued. So it's like,
what is the standard for doing well?
I don't know. I thought they did well, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not like you know what I mean by doing well.
They
like,
don't
they're
do
not
well
Marvel
because he's
movies.
a trashy director. They're not going to get.
Look at you, hopping on the.
I don't want to end the year trashing Zack Snyder. All right, I don't. Not this year. That's how I ended last year.
That's how you ended last year. Come on, yeah. Look at that. The Dawn of the Dead show. That was the new movie on Netflix. That was him. That was Zack.
But was the Dawn of the Dead Zack Snyder as well? Dawn of the Dead was Zack Snyder as well, right? The remake of the second zombie film was.
Was it the one in the mall?
Am I crazy? The one in the mall I thought was Zack Snyder. Or maybe I'm confusing it with someone else.
Someone will
but
correct
that
us.
was his first zombie movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was his first. Maybe
either
I'm
way,
wrong.
the one that he did for Netflix recently.
Right, the 2004 remake was Zack Snyder, wasn't it? Dawn of the Dead. I thought that was also Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Snyder. Okay, great. He also did Army of the Dead, the one that takes place in Netflix.
Okay, yeah, absolutely right. And the Dawn of the Dead remake, the 2004 one, the one at the mall with what is it? Is it Ving Rhames? Yeah, Ving Rhames is in that movie, right? God,
and the Dawn of the Dead. Yes, the mall. That's a good movie, right? Yeah, but it's not shot for shot.
It's not shot for shot.
But it's not shot for shot. Yes. That was with Fast Zombies, which I'm like, we wouldn't survive Fast Zombies.
No, we would not survive Fast Zombies. But Fast Zombies wouldn't work either.
Comic book, Adam, right? Comic book movies do okay shot for shot, but they don't do great. It was the same thing with Sin City. Yes, thank you. Man, we've got some solid nerd knowledge on this chat.
Yeah, exactly. They're killing it.
Really cultivated an excellent group of people here. I really like the opening of Terminator Genesis with this shot-for-shot remake of T1. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, that's a good shot-for-shot remake. Again, what we're talking about here is like going from one form of medium to another. Doesn't like fans always clamor for that. They want that in their head. They're like, oh man, wouldn't that be a great movie or whatever? And then you get it, and they're like, oh, it was too much like the comic, and that just it divides.
It turns out watching is something I already read. And
if I wanted to watch it, I just read it. It's better written anyway. I'm like, that's the. I'm like, I don't. It's like you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want.
There you go. Turns out
fans are wrong. Absolutely. I mean, Shrek did get a musical, right? Shrek the musical.
Yeah, it is banned. That's what. Why are we talking about Shrek?
Speaking of nerd outrage,
what we're talking about? It's the segue of all segues.
Speaking of nerd outrage in general, I always think it's interesting to me that one of the big arguments against console gaming, like the big nerd the PC get master race likes to say like, oh well, we get cheaper games, and yeah, they're right because they were digital like 10 years ago now, and they haven't gone to physical, and there's just other, Steam and multiple options. That said, though, again, PC games tend to be cheaper. Well, not this time around. Looks like they're finally
not anymore. We don't.
They're finally getting Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to PC, and it is a $69 game.
That's brutal because I feel like you could buy at least 10 other games on Steam for that cost, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it'll arrive on the game on the.
Nice. Yeah, so welcome to console gaming, I guess. Although, man, I haven't paid $70 for a console game in
yeah, I haven't. As a matter of fact, that was my hard line when I bought the PS5 and I saw that a lot of the games were going to be $70. I haven't bought one at that price.
At full price, yeah.
No, it won't happen. I didn't even buy Spiderman remastered with.
How's that taste, PC gamers? You could buy like 1/15 of a graphics card.
Yeah, so that's another argument here. Is like over what COVID has taught me is within the past like 2 years now, 3 years with graphics card pricing and whatnot is like it is cheaper to go console gaming now. let me spend $500 if you can find one. But let me spend $299 on an Xbox Series S and play it on my 1440p monitor.
You could settle for an Xbox S and have a grand old time. It's fantastic.
And
who pays $70 for a PS5 game? I feel like they're pricing them at $70 so it looks like 50 is a deal now, right? That's what they.
Yeah, right.
And we all wait till it hits 50 2 weeks later, and we pick it up then.
I mean, I wish that was the case. I wish I could say that who would do that, but I mean, like if you look up all PS5 games, I mean. It seems to be that's the pretty common going price for a lot of the first party titles, right? Like unless it's on sale, but most of the time, I mean, here's a good example. Here is a Call of Duty Vanguard is $69. I mean, a lot of the stuff is on sale right now because of the holidays. Madden is already like halfway through the season. See on sale, save $20. So a lot of these are on sale by 20. So save $20. Now it's the price of a normal game.
Yeah, no, yeah. Just wait 3 weeks and it's $15 for Avengers. Wah, wah.
Yeah,
it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guess what, folks? It is free on Game Pass.
Yeah. Have you played it? It is
yeah.
It is what I would call the world's longest tutorial. It is,
yeah.
It feels like the tutorial never ends. Tell me I need to pay for the New Horizon Forgotten West.
Yeah.
Right, so, sometimes we pay full price for something.
Well, I mean, so that game is coming out. That's a good point. Here's a game that everyone's hyped for, and they're going to get it. But just be smart, folks. There's multiple places. There's cheap ass gaming on Twitter. There's Warrior 64. Go follow a couple of those accounts. A lot of the deal accounts, and I guarantee you, retailers like to compete against each other, right? So you're going to see a $10 drop. For that game day one somewhere you're going to be able to get it.
You too can fill your house with games you don't have time to play, like my man Joe.
Oh yeah, all those right.
Have you even opened Deathloop yet?
Yes, absolutely. But I mean, I picked it up because again, I paid $25 for it. It was one of those.
Right, but have you played $25 worth yet?
No, not yet. But I mean, I've got a long season because remember I told you this past year that I hadn't bought a full game at retail price in over a year, and these were the first games that I bought outside of.
I know. I'm teasing. You know what? I bought Transformers Battlegrounds like a week ago, and guess what?
It's coming out on Game Pass next week.
Game Pass. I'm like, no, so bad.
The Game Pass, man, it bites you in the butt. It bites you in the butt because I'm interested. Like, now it's almost like I'll wait for it to come to Game Pass. It's like when a movie comes out, it's like I'll wait for it to come on Netflix.
Yeah. Or HBO Max, like Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah.
Next week. It's gonna be great.
So speaking of Matrix, before last story, real quick,
Spiderman Returnal.
Have you downloaded the Matrix demo thing?
No, is it on the Xbox?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God! So let's pull.
God, I haven't downloaded a demo in so long. Are you kidding me? Not since what was that shitty Ark Asylum? What was that game that came out a while ago? The Anthem. That was the last time I downloaded a demo.
So if if you aren't familiar, right at the Game Awards, one of the things that they announced was this, and
Metrics. Come on, Tim.
so this is actual gameplay. You download it. It's on Xbox and PS5, and it's running on the Unreal engine, all in real time.
All right.
It's absolutely bananas.
That's looking good. Is it a good game?
It's not a game. It's like a game engine. You can walk around. All of that is being rendered. That is not.
I don't understand these words you're saying. Is it?
This is actual gameplay.
Or,
like it's not a cutscene. It's not recorded video. Your system is rendering all of this, including that Keanu Reeves. That is not a real Keanu Reeves. You can go in there and pause the game and move the camera around.
Really?
Yes.
That's
That is the
super
power
bad.
of the Unreal Engine 5.
How much can I move the camera around? Can I look at Keanu Reeves'?
I mean, he did say he was
Right
okay
here?
with people modding
Of course, he
Cyberpunk.
did. That's what I'm saying. Uncanny Valley Keanu.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy. People have been messing around with the demo and showing, flying around and moving things in the camera.
Oh, this is from. Whoa, this is weird.
I'm here. I remember waking
So go download it. It's on Xbox
have to check it out. I'll
Series
have to
and
check it out.
PS5. But again, that is not Keanu Reeves.
Speaking of shot for shot, way to close out the show.
Yeah.
Way to close out the show here. Whoa, how many Keanu Reeves are we going to get here? This
Over
is
20 years ago, I first played the character Thomas Anderson in the Matrix trilogy.
So he just talks to you while you're moving the camera around. Is that?
With shots like bullet time. Back then, we talked a lot about where the.
I mean, he talks about the
cinema and narrative.
cinematography and whatnot.
In
But
an industry where actors have tried to remain perpetually young, we wondered about digital faces.
Whoa, dude. We're
Yeah.
not even going to need actors anymore.
Hi, I'm Carrie Ann Moss, and I
Are
play
you?
in the Matrix films. Years ago, we asked ourselves,
I won't be catfished by a virtual.
We wondered what would identity mean in a completely digital world.
Oh, come on, Tim.
when a world
It's 2021. We got to be excited for things again. Come on. Also, I would be excited for John Wick 5 and Matrix 4
that
for the
is
rest of-
gameplay. That is gameplay. What's happening right there?
What just happened?
yeah, this is what they wanted.
All right, that's
With you,
that's the trinity that I want to play games with.
I needed some sex.
This game, so that you get to play this. Is this what they need to make?
Yeah.
it do?
It all plays out. You can pause the camera and move around. It's all being rendered by your system.
But is this a demo?
It's a demo thing. It's not a game. It's just.
So I don't actually control the car or anything.
No.
Control the camera. Okay.
But I mean, what it is this is a gameplay engine, which means that anyone can take the new Unreal 5 engine and make games with this engine.
You still got it.
You can pause it and go to those windows, and there are actual office furniture in the windows.
Me too.
That's cuckoo bananas.
The hell are you
What the?
doing there?
Sorry, I was told this is a sim preparing me.
Yeah, it's a giant tech demo, is what it is. Go check it out if you want to go watch it. It's a 7-minute gameplay demo you can watch online if you don't have a system to watch it. But it's nuts.
Yes, it's a tech demo. It's an engine demo. It's taken cautious 9 minutes to understand what it is.
Yeah.
I apologize. I don't
It's just-
understand
It's
why I would
Epic
want to
Games
download a
and the
demo.
Unreal Engine kind of showing off what it can and can't do, and that's amazing. I mean, what
There it
better
goes.
game?
Imagine hating on the Matrix in the year of our Lord 2021. Crossover appeal, I'd argue. Imagine hating on anything, right? Like we've had to spend 2 years living in isolation and bunkers with masks on. We shouldn't have time anymore to hate. And this is me.
Yeah.
3 years ago on the show, I hated everything.
Now you miss it. You don't even know.
Go watch episode 10. I hated on Steven Universe. All right. I love everybody and everything. That's my whole brand. This is a character arc. Special Agent is overrated. There's a character arc here.
Just don't die at the end. Please don't.
Just
Come on.
don't
Just
die.
don't die at the end. All right, folks. We're an hour and 9 minutes in. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode here. Like, subscribe, share. Hey, if you've been bugging me bugging me for some merch. We've got some now. Go,
Yes.
go.
Also, like, subscribe, share.
Hey,
It's always
you want to
wonderful.
support the channel, go like, subscribe, share, but also go check out, you want a hoodie to wear a show that no one cares about. They walk around the street going, hey, that's a hoodie for a show. I've never even heard of that. What is that? Is that a brand?
We'll let you know when the hot memes and the dank stuff comes on there. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to check out the crossover appeal. I can't speak highly enough of their writing. They're writing about various things that they enjoy. And, we all like recommendations. We all like lists. Crossover Appeal puts a lot of thought into how they recommend things. So check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
Oh, yeah, there's the link. And the link is...
Yeah, so the tmg.coffee is actually the address.
Yes, that's our link, which is perfect for you to get a mug on. So
yeah,
go
get a mug. Go get your mug on. Everyone, we'll be back before the holidays. We'll have an even more festive show next week.
Okay, all right. You're going to have to let me know what you mean by that because, this is my first Christmas where I have a fully formed heart.
Bravo.
All right, folks.
All right, another episode in the can. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, be kind.